And I am judging anybody who is a child of God in 2025. The only show where we have to enter into jubilee or surplus is to say that it is God that matters. Please hear me. Enough of that weight. Enough of that running up and down. Declare him. And let him know that you have declared him. Listen, all who took over the world declared him. If you want to know a great man, you will know a great man from what he respects. From the value of what he respects. All the men that people bow down to something that is capable of making people bow down to them. Let me say it again. I say all the men people bow down to something that is capable of making men to bow down to them. God is capable of making people to bow down to you, so bow to him. You think if you love God, the God will not know that you love him? Or if you think you despise him, he will not know. Some people are saying God is for, they are making him secondary in their decisions. Why are you struggling with something he's asking you to stop? Why are you struggling with obedience? Yahweh is everything. Why? Struggling with divine instruction is making mockery of the future. Can I say it again? I said struggling with divine is making mockery. Listen, there is no day in my life it's clear to me like today that Yahweh should be number one. Then I will follow. If there is anywhere I have not made him, I'm making him. In 23:20 of the book of Exodus, he told Moses, he said, listen, you're not the one leading. I will come before you like an angel and then you will follow. He said, even in your follow, don't get me angry. So, he said, I will send an angel before. He will go before you. He will not follow you. Some people are suffering because they want God to follow them. Even when they are in the will of God, they will keep on struggling. Lord, I know where I would have been. Where? I know where I would have been. You. He said, God, if not because I'm serving you the way I'm serving you, I know where I would have been. You would have been where without God? Little you. Okay, look at someone like me who came from that kind of village. Now I'm shepherd of mankind. You can imagine. You can imagine from someone who came from that village calling himself shepherd of mankind, shepherd of all manner of big names. Now, excuse me. How can somebody? How can shepherd of immortality? How can you try it? Say no more of big things. The only way we can say it and believe it that God is first. Clap your hand. I am not going to do it because when my strength stops, I will hand over. I know there's a way, there's a place it has to stop. What will I do? I will stop preaching and go home. I can't preach all night. Now, what happens after I have done preaching doesn't belong to me anymore. I will declare blessings and lead you into prayer. But I am not the one confirming prayer. So, blessed are those who make God first, who enthrone him, who follow him. They shall be like God. They shall enjoy the fruit of labor. They shall enjoy the honor of God. 2025 is their year. If you enthrone God, he will enthrone you. Don't fear your enemy. Give the battle to God. You have to do your part by fighting. And then after you have done your best, leave the remaining for him. There is a knowledge that is awesome I have here, and understanding the favor of incarnation. The favor of incarnation. The greatest favor God did for us is to take the nature of a man, of his spirit, then take the nature of his word, and then take the nature of man. Nothing is bigger. Nothing is greater. Nothing is greater than the favor of incarnation. That God in his infinite omnipotence, decided to be a spirit, decided to be a man, so that we can touch him in a man. So that we can touch him in a man. So that we can see him in a man. So that we can serve him in a man. So that he can touch us through a man. So that he can speak to us his word from a man. There is no miracle greater. That suddenly God came like a man. No favor. And then he uses the emotion of a man to bless people.